Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope that all is well with you and that you are beginning to regain some sense of normalcy in your life. And I want to talk to you today about something that I think a lot of us can relate to. And with the fact that most people in our age group now in our community have had the vaccine or maybe both doses or just one, but feeling now that there's some there's some light at the end of the tunnel, that we can start thinking about a normal life again and start doing the things that we used to love to do, before that time, in March 2020, when the whole world got tipped upside down. Now, one of our bloggers, Rosemary Cass, wrote this article, which I'd love you to read. I'll put the link to it. But she said the first sentence was, "Good grief, is that me in the mirror?" And I love that comment, but it's like, what happened? It's like a year has passed and we're like, okay, a year of pandemic neglect, she calls it. And she says, okay, she's had her vaccines now. She can start feeling like it's okay to go back out into the world. And, we all did spend a year plus of isolation. I mean, I didn't go out for almost a year. We weren't able to, and same probably with you. We had groceries delivered. We had, people coming and bringing us things. We could go for a little teeny walk, but we were basically becoming hermits. We were reclusive, and we relied on screens. We relied on our internet, on FaceTime and WhatsApp and of course Zoom. We got everything done on Zoom. We didn't think about going and getting our hair cut or about, and a lot of people didn't actually think too much about makeup or skincare or beauty. It was just just get through this, to stay healthy and live through the next year or whatever time. We didn't know. So I think a lot of us missed our family. We didn't see our grandkids, and we just got by. Now, I actually was a little different than Rosemary. She said that she didn't even think about her hair and about makeup and beauty, but I did. I actually got up every day and got dressed. I put a necklace on, I put my makeup on, and of course I was doing my videos still. And we were doing lockdown lounge meetings to help people just get through this time. But I just like her. I was just doing my best. But I did love makeup and skincare, and I learned a lot. And so you'll find on 60andMe that I actually do makeup videos now once a week on Saturday, and those are really fun for me because I've had a lot of time to practice and also to get familiar with drugstore versus high-end products, and discovered a lot. Anyway, but now we're all vaccinated and we're cautiously liberated, right? So she's now got a plan, and it's called her Bloomin' Rosy Action Plan. Her name's Rosemary, so it's Bloomin' Rosy Action Plan. And these are the things that she's going to do for what she calls a very much needed post-vaccination makeover. And I think some of you have already done these things. Maybe this is not something even that you would do during the normal times, if there were normal times. But these are ideas that she's gotten. They're things that she's doing and has experienced. She's actually a very funny writer, and so I'm making it a little simpler because I'm telling my own story, but her story is very funny, so go ahead and check it out. The first thing, of course, is hair salon, getting your hair cut. And I got my hair cut, but it was weird. Now, she said, actually, it was funny. She said, saying I got to lose 20 pounds was kind of like setting a really high bar. So she went to the hairdresser first. And of course, the sitting there was different. You couldn't wait in the waiting room. You couldn't have a cup of coffee. You just went in, you wore a mask. Everybody was masked. In her case, that her temperature was taken before she was able to stay inside. Sanitizer everywhere. It was just a bit traumatic for everybody who went back to the hairdressers. I'm going to just change my position of the camera there. So anyway, she did it, and she went skipping out and felt really happy. Next thing was getting waxed. Now, I don't ever do this, but she, gets waxed for her little chin hairs that can't appear everywhere. Those little places that you can't really get rid of the hairs. Your brows, a lot of people did that. She said she went in and she had to go. And that was even more difficult because you can't wear a mask if you're having your face worked on. But she said that having the waxing done was like her first step back to makeup, thinking about how she looked and caring. And I'm not saying, by the way, that people who chose not to wear makeup didn't care. It just wasn't a priority. And that's totally okay. For me, it's okay. I'm a little bit different, but that's good. So the third thing was the manicure pedicure. My fingers, I mean, honestly, I've just, my skin is so dry, well, all of it, because of the sanitizers that we're using, washing our hands all the time. So that has been a challenge. So she said she went and had a manicure, pedicure, and it was like cuticles came off and calluses and hangnails, and yay, she was like, she could see her fingernails, and she put bright pink nail polish on them. So it was like pink. That's what I do too. But she said she left, they slathered her with cream, and she said she left hopping and dancing out. The next thing was the chiropractor. Now, she said that everybody, and I'm doing this consciously, is sitting up, because she said a lot of people just, were slouched over their computers, and their posture was affected, and they just, she just had to solve that problem. So she went in and had a chiropractor. So and they said to her they'd been so busy, and I'm not surprised, because people just were sitting at desks, watching TV, watching films, watching video, and that's the thing that she did next. That's part of her plan. The next thing was the dentist. Now, last year we had kind of a little opening where things were open, so I quickly went in and had my teeth cleaned and checked, and fortunately I had no work that needed to be done. And teeth is like a health thing. It's not even a makeover or a beauty thing. But if you can get your teeth clean now, go and do it. And smile. Remember smiling? Remember laughing? Yeah, we're getting back there. The next one that she went to, and part of her plan, is the dermatologist. And she said, well, maybe it is time now, like that little crease in your skin has gotten a little deeper, and the little jowls are getting a bit more intense. Maybe dermabrasion, maybe some fillers, maybe, she said, look, I'm just going to go have a consultation and see what they say. Because we actually, I think we have let ourselves feel like we're aging this last year, especially when you're not out and about. I think you start to look at yourself in the mirror probably more than you need to, and think, okay, this is like 72-year-old skin. I know what that's going to be. So that's the dermatologist. And then the final one, I think, was, well, the diet was the next one. And it wasn't like going on a starvation diet. It was like just getting back to healthy. And she said part of that, and I agree with her, part of it was being able to get into the shops. When you are ordering food online or having it delivered, you actually have to buy, the basics, lentils, rice, noodles, as if you're going to live on all of that if you ran out. I mean, I have bags of rice still left in my cupboard. I will get around to eating them eventually, but she said it was nice to just go in and be able to browse the vegetables and the fruits, and be able to pick them out and choose, and just get really healthy food and get inspired with healthy eating again. And I think that's a really cool one. So that's part of her plan. And also, it's an 8-step plan, by the way. And she then, of course, has got, the walking exercise, which she's picked up again. Number 8. Final thing in Rosie's plan for her sort of renewal, her makeover after vaccination, after lockdown, is shoes and clothes. Now, she said the most important thing was actually shoes, because, you're walking a lot more now, and you want to be more careful out in the world, don't any problems. And the next thing, of course, is these pajamas and sweats and all those comfy things that you lived in. Well, maybe it's time now to go and get some more, I don't know, just nice and stylish and fun, comfy clothes. And she likes Eileen Fisher, who I actually like too. I don't get those clothes over here even online. But, theaters and restaurants are starting to open. Maybe you're going to go travel again. Remember that? Cruising. Oh my gosh. Just thinking about it makes me want to go and buy something new to wear, but it's all part of the plan of this plan of, having a beauty regime that starts, and clothing and health and dentist and dermatologist, skincare, all these things that are part of this post-vaccination makeover. Very, very much needed for me too. So tell us what beauty or makeup or clothing regime you've shifted into since you have, maybe out of lockdown now, moving around a little bit. What are you going to regain or restart after the pandemic that is going to be like a part of a makeover process for you? Maybe it's something completely different. Maybe it's gone the other way. Maybe you don't even want those clothes or shoes or things anymore. Maybe you had a downsizing moment and the pandemic has taught you not to want those things. I don't know. There's a lot of different things that people have learned and how they've grown through the pandemic. But what is your action plan for this next phase? Look forward to reading your comments. Please, if you like this video and you would love to see more, please subscribe to the channel. I would really love that. At a minimum, just like this video for me if you don't mind. And you can actually press the notification bell too. I do 4 videos every week, and they're all posted here on YouTube. So welcome to have you here joining me in my musings on life, living after the pandemic. But take very good care, everybody. Hope that you're all doing really well, and sending you lots of love. And again, thank you for your support of 60andMe, and take good care. Bye-bye for now.